The Miami Heat may have a new free agent target on their hands because there's a report out there that they are interested in the Israeli big man Roman Sorkin, a name that most people probably did not know until this video, if we're going to be honest. And we'll have a full breakdown of him and why the Heat might be interested in Sorkin. But the reports coming in from a Knicks reporter, Ian Begley, who is one of the best in the game. He works for SNY and does have a lot of NBA league sources as well. Well, Sorkin played really well for Team Israel at EuroBasket before they were eliminated in the round of 16. And Begley reported that his play has garnered him interest at an NBA level by the Knicks, the Blazers, and the Miami Heat. Now, this is a player that has been really solid in the Israeli league over the past couple of years, and we'll kind of go through his entire career. But before we get into that, hey, I want to gain my social media following, and hey, if you're one of the first 5 people to follow me from today's video, at Nic_Rohloff is my handle, I'll not only give you a follow back, but you will also get a shout out on a video later this week. So if you want to be featured on a Heat Report show this week, follow me on Twitter, but you also get top-notch Heat coverage at Nic_Rohloff. All right, let's break down Roman Sorkin some more now. He did play college basketball at the University of Oregon from 2014 to 2018. Now, with that being said, he did not get a lot of playing time for the Ducks and Dana Altman. We'll look at what he did for that squad in a little bit. Now, he has been playing professionally in Israel since 2018 across a couple of teams, and he has really picked it up. In 2023 and 2024, his team won the Israeli League Championship. He was the league MVP in 2024 as well as the finals MVP in 2024. So he was absolutely dominant just a year ago. He is 29 years old, and this is a big man. He is 6'10", 229. I tried to find his wingspan, but is not reported anywhere. There are speculations that his wingspan is about 7 feet, so a +2 wingspan potentially. But I didn't feel confident about putting it on a graphic because there is no confirmed wingspan for Sorkin. And well, rejoice, Heat fans, as much as we've talked about adding a big man to this Heat roster. At least that is what Roman is. It's not like we're looking at a guy who is a 6'3" guard because, well, that's not simply what the Heat need. But let's break down Sorkin some more. Looking back to his college days at Oregon, look at producer Coop finding the photos from the 2014-2018 tenure. Well, you look at his numbers, yeah, he didn't do much there. He appeared in 74 games, only started 2 of them, and he averaged about 7-8 minutes a night for the Ducks, scoring just 2.5 points and 1.2 rebounds per game. So he was a backup big that barely played for the Ducks. So not a player that you're going to write home about and say, okay, at least he was really productive in college. No, there's a reason why he returned to his home country and is playing in the Israeli league. But hey, listen, he's turned into a really dominant player for Israel. And I'll say this, who else is breaking down Roman Sorkin around the Heat? I just don't know about that, man. This is why we're sickos. We're breaking down everything around Heat basketball. So subscribe for the top coverage around the Miami Heat. Now, you might be asking yourself and me, if he wasn't that good for Oregon, why is he getting NBA looks right now? Well, it's because he played extremely well for Team Israel during EuroBasket. And even though EuroBasket's still going on, Israel was eliminated in the round of 16, but still a pretty good little tournament for Israel. Him and Denny Advia, the Blazers wing/guard, leading the charge. But Sorkin played really well, averaging 16.5 points, 6 boards, shooting above 50% from the field, and even showcasing an ability to step out beyond the arc. He's shooting 31.8% from the three-point arc. And he had an unbelievable performance against Iceland. He had 31 points, 13 and 19 shooting. This was actually the initial game for Israel in EuroBasket. They appeared in 6 games. This was the first group stage game, and him and, well, Advia got the job done. Sorkin led the team in scoring in this win, and, well, Advia, I believe, had like 20 points in this one. So he has put up some big numbers for Israel in EuroBasket, but he actually has been technically in the NBA recently, never has appeared in a regular season game, has played in the NBA preseason for his home team in the Israeli league. They played in the preseason game against the Hornets and other teams, I believe, in 2019. But Sorkin was on the Golden State Warriors 2024 NBA Summer League squad. So this is a guy who got looks after his unbelievable 2024 campaign for the Israeli League, where he won MVP, Finals MVP, championship, and he parlayed that into a trip to Las Vegas playing for the Warriors Summer League squad, where he appeared in 5 games, played 16.9 minutes in those 5 games, and really didn't do much. Now, he did average 6 rebounds and score 7 a night while shooting 40% from the field, but if you're a big man shooting 40%, that's as bad as it gets, and he really struggled with the speed of the game as well as his ability to space it out and shoot from deep at the NBA level, only going 8.3%. Did average about 1 3-pointer attempt, so not a ton of volume there, but still not very good. So, we're going to give you my official thought, but after going through his background, his stats at EuroBasket, at college, and Summer League, should the Heat sign Roman Sorkin? You be the GM for me. Type Y for yes or type N for no. Now, you might be asking, how could that contract look? Well, to me, it would have to be a two-way deal because it would be a vetman signing, and it's not like you get a special discount for signing someone from overseas. No, it's still going to be the same cap hit as if you signed a Precious Achiuwa to a vetman deal. So if they signed him, they would go into the luxury tax, which Miami obviously isn't going to do. So it would be a two-way deal, which Miami does have a two-way contract slot open. But I doubt that Sorkin would want to come over to the NBA on a two-way deal because he's making more money playing for his squad in Israel, where he is also arguably the best player in his league. So I don't really see the incentive for him to join the NBA when he wouldn't get a lot of playing time. Instead, he could play in his home country and be the best player on his team and league. And final word on Roman Sorkin here for the Heat. He has solid size and is a very good rebounder. I think it is evident in his numbers at EuroBasket, at Summer League, and at college for the minutes he played. But I do not think his athleticism will translate to the NBA. I don't think his offensive game is really that translatable as well. And with him already being 29 years of age, I don't know if I want to invest into potentially rebuilding him up to an NBA player in our developmental system, because by the time he'd be able to contribute, probably be 31, 32, and already on the decline of his career, making this signing probably not worth it from the Miami's perspective. Rounding off the show here in a second, but grab your Heat shirts before the season gets underway at chatsports.com/Heat shirts. Season begins October 22nd, which is almost a month away. Grab your shirts, get them in your building, rep them out at dinner, running errands, don't matter. You can grab gear for this year, whether it's warm-up long sleeves, practice t-shirts, graphic tees, don't matter. One more time, the link is chatsports.com/Heat shirts. Links in the description and comments of today's video. Grab them right now while they are on sale. But I think we could end the show with this, and I hate to keep on beating a dead horse if you watch every single video we put out, but the point I'm trying to make here is that the Heat have a move staring them right in the face, and they're not making it. What is it? Waiving Terry Rozier, saving $1.7 million because only $24.9 of his $26.6 million is guaranteed, and sign Precious Achiuwa. Like, let's roll. Let's add this big man. Swap out Rozier for Achiuwa. I don't get it. Achiuwa is a very serviceable third big. Yes, he is an undersized big man, but he plays extremely hard. He rebounds well. One of the best offensive rebounders in the NBA, and just would be someone that has familiarity with what is required and needed to be in the NBA, playing for the Miami Heat. So why not add him? There is no downside, in my opinion. Yes, you could say Kai Jones has a higher ceiling and is more of that mold of a NBA center, as Achiuwa might be that like small ball 5, more suited as a 4. But my point is, we know what to expect from Achiuwa. Why not bring him in? And he's going to give you solid production off the bench as a third big man. But when you're talking about Rozier, I know I've said this in the past that I have a hard time seeing them waiving Terry Rozier because it's not like the Heat to pay a player $24.9 million to not play for them. But I've come to the realization that they should just do it anyway. Why? Because they're going to pay him all that money, and he's not going to play for you anyway. Like, is there any expectation that Terry Rozier is in the rotation for the Miami Heat this year? No. So what's the difference of paying him all that money to go sit at home in comparison of him being paid just to sit and rot on your bench? To me, there really is no difference. And it would be more suited for the Heat to sign a Chua. Nothing changes in their tax bill because you would stay underneath the luxury tax. There's no reason not to cut and waive Rozier now and sign a third big man. Just make it happen. And if it does happen, we will have you covered the video. No one else on YouTube is breaking down Roman Sorkin in a long depth video around the Miami Heat. So join the family today.